We've been sitting for a while, and actually, that young lady, where is she? What is your name, ma'am? Yes. Brianna gave me an idea while I was running about getting my daily exercise. I'd like us all to stand up for a moment, please. Just stand empty-handed. Let me put this away somewhere. I can't be talking empty-handed. Okay. The concept that none of us exists or lives in a vacuum. We are all interconnected with each other. Regardless if you come from Montreal, from California, from Jamaica, from Bolivia, from wherever, New York City. Regardless of the color of your skin, the texture of your hair, your gender identification, regardless. I'd like you to do me one favor. Just turn to the person on your right and to your left and give that person a hug. Thank you. Okay, I didn't mean this to continue for the rest of the afternoon, you know. It's not that kind of party. Okay? I know we're in a hospital setting, but we got to keep it clean, so it's not that kind of party. Thank you. Please be seated. And the reason why I felt that that hug was important is because I've come to learn that our connectedness with each other is reinforced when we can touch another. And we live in a very disconnected, disparate environment, society, and culture today that disavows and disapproves and individualizes and prohibits the touch. Make sense? All right. I'm supposed to be doing the closing. And I'm supposed to talk for 15 minutes. That ain't gonna happen. Because I am really and truly overwhelmed with emotion. And I know there are a few people in here who would love to see me break into tears because they'd be like, he's finally human. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And there's Liz, and there's Kaz too. They would love to see me break into tears because they'd be like, he's human after all. Many years ago as a child, my mother was a nurse at a mental institution in Guyana, where I'm from. And as a child, she would take me to the hospital with her when she had no one to look after me. She would take me to work. And anybody who knew me as a child knew that I would never stay still for a minute. I'm always running out. I ran for everything. And I knew the hospital compound like the back of my hands. But I always found myself drawn to a wooden fenced-off enclosure with a concrete ground. And I would peep through the slats in the concrete fencing. And I would see men and women walking around stark naked. I wasn't so much interested, or the fact of seeing their genitalia wasn't an issue in my mind. I wondered what was wrong with them. What was going on in their minds that they cannot be wearing clothes? And as I grew older, I came to realize that the clothes that we wear is for our protection, but it's also as a symbol of togetherness for us. And if these people were without clothes, how open and vulnerable were they? But what were the issues that made them that open, that vulnerable? Fast forward to present day. Just like the pendulum is beginning to swing for greater LGBT rights and acceptance, so too incrementally, and some people who know me hear me say this a lot, like molasses going up a hill, the awareness of mental health is beginning to creep out of the shadows. Unfortunately, through examples of violence in our community. So it's always when there's a shooting or a mass this or a mass that where violence is involved that we hear the excuse that there could be a mental health issue. And I'm going down this track because I want to bring to mind the very essence and the reason for this conference, in a sense, though Liz will disagree with me and Chris is going to disagree with me too, that in August, when Vesta Flanagan in Roanoke, Virginia, killed those two people in front of the news, and then sent the 23-page document to ABC saying that he's a black, gay man who was dealing with depression. That his act of violence was in effect an elaborate suicide because he took his own life. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, that underscored why we are here today. Because many in our communities, people of color, are living, struggling, suffering in silence daily from mental health issues, but we dare not talk about it. And as Flanagan said, that he was like a ticking time bomb. And the question in my mind is, how many of us are ticking time bombs? Either we will explode and the shrapnel is going to affect others around us, or we will implode. And what happens to us when we implode? How many of us are living destructive lives? Jump into another thought stream. That this conference today brings us all together to talk about some issues. And yes, thank you very much, Carmen, because we were able to raise other issues that were deficient or lacking or missing from today. And God knows I wanted to include them when we were planning it. But it's limited. We are limited. Liz, Chris, Dave, I don't know who else is here. Kristen. Where is she? Kristen, behind there, will tell you that we have no money to do this. Your registration fee, that's why we pushed it and kept insisting that you register, helped to pay for the food, helped to pay for the promotional material. Thanks to Mount Sinai, we are extremely grateful to Mount Sinai for offering us this space. We could not have done this without the help of Mount Sinai. This work is very hard. And all I can say is, thank you.